Well, we've seen the snowstorm that came in on top of the cars that were already piled up like little matchbox cars all over parts of New York. And we've heard the desperation in the people's voices that we just spoke to. Vince Gennaro, we just spoke to another gentleman who was on the street with Anna Koyman, who says that, he's got a 2-week-old baby and a diabetic father. Joined now by Governor George Pataki, former governor of New York. Governor, it's always good to have you with us. Welcome here this morning.
Thank you, Martha. Nice being with you. And I listened to Bill talking to Vince, and the frustration is just so obvious, and you just feel so bad for the people who are going through this.
Is the government doing a lousy job? What's
going on?
Well,
I don't think they're doing all they could. I know I had colleagues from work yesterday out in the Rockaways, and they said the city was out there in force, but they saw no sign of FEMA. And a couple of days earlier, a big crew from my office went down to Staten Island, and they said they saw no government presence at all. Yes, I can understand getting angry, but it doesn't help. Try to help each other, and we'll keep pushing the government to respond as quickly and strongly as possible.
But, Governor, the stories that you're hearing, and you look at these people huddled around, a pot of water with candles floating in it, and their roof is missing. They've got a car, in some cases, that's gone through parts of their house, a story I just heard from Staten Island. And then the snow starts coming, and as you point out, there's no FEMA, and you look at these exit polls, 42% say that Hurricane Sandy and the president's handling of it was a very important part of their vote.
Oh, I know, and it's very frustrating because it's frustrating for us, but you can imagine what it's like when you're one of those people huddled around that little fire with an open roof in your house. It's just outrageous, and all we can do is demand and urge the federal government to do more, but it doesn't help to get angry at this point. Later on we can figure out what went wrong, but right now let's just try to help.
Indeed.
We need from you folks out there, if you can hear me right now, because you have not heard this for 7 days, we elected a president. That gentleman said we elected a president. We didn't know who it was. I was home 7 times. They said it was because of the response. He got the vote because of the response to Sandy relief. What response? The same response we saw in Libya. They knew water was coming a mile high and told people to leave. Obama got reelected on the base of response.
Vince, I hear your frustration. Folks who got hit by Hurricane Sandy were digging out of a snowstorm today. Many are struggling with no electricity or heat. Sandy is blamed now for at least 123 deaths, and more than 767,000 people in 4 states are without power.
And all of this, unfortunately, runs on electric.
Lynn Crofton's fiancé, Billy Reed, a stroke victim, needs this life-sustaining equipment, from his ventilator to his nebulizer. They've all had to run on generator power since Sandy hit.
Who would ever expect in the United States of America that you'd be without power and heat for 11 days?
Crofton gasses up the generator 3 times a day and waits for the power company.
Crofton knows she's lucky that at least she has a roof over her head. Scott, other families have their entire homes in these mounds of ruin.
And a lot of folks are being told there's no telling when the power will come back. Mark, thanks very much.
As somebody who honestly pretty much knows emergency response,
you do.
This is like F-. This is about as bad as it gets. President's getting away with it. If this were a President Bush, you don't want to know what the media would be doing. Oh my God, my goodness! But they're trying to protect this man. Campaigner-in-chief took over for Commander-in-chief. Christie embraced him. Great job. He takes off for Las Vegas. His jacket, Commander-in-chief. Actually, should say Campaigner-in-chief, and then he forgets about us. As soon as he got his credit, he's off and running. Then his FEMA is fumbling day after day after day. And the worst part of it is, people are freezing at night. People don't have enough food, not enough water. People are really, really suffering.